السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. باب الولد مبخلة مجبنة. عن عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت: قال أبو بكر رضي الله عنه يوما: والله ما على وجه الأرض رجل أحب إلي من عمر. فلما خرج رجع فقال: كيف حلفت أي بني؟ فقلت له فقال: أعز علي والولد الوط. Today we are on chapter number 45 of Adab Al Mufrad. And just a side note, I teach Adab Al Mufrad in Darulum also, and today was the last lesson of Adab Al Mufrad in Darulum. So to finish the book over there, inshallah, soon we'll finish the book here too, inshallah. So right now we're on chapter 45, the chapter regarding Al-waladu mabkhalatun majbanatun. The children are a way of making the parents miserly and coward. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, amazingly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made him a prophet from amongst the human beings. And the different wisdom behind it, one of them is that because he's a human being, he understands the feelings of all of us, and he can relate to us in the way we understand. So Prophet ﷺ is giving us, he's teaching us one of the feelings that a person has, that when he has children, the children make their parents miserly. That when the father wants to spend, the mother wants to spend, the thing that makes them or stops them from spending, one of the main reasons is the children. So the children become the source, the reason for the parents becoming miserly, bakhil, and the children are, number two, a source of the parents becoming coward. If the father wants to go out in the path of Allah, he wants to go do something, the thing that will stop the parents are the children, that I need to take care of them and I need to be with them. So the children are a source of the parents becoming miserly and becoming coward. So this hadith, Imam Bukhari rahimahullah brings here, is narrated by Aisha radiallahu anha, that Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu once came and he said, Wallahi ma ala wajh al-ardi rajulun ahabbu ilayya min Umar. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu says that I swear by Allah, there isn't any person on the surface of this earth, ma ala wajh al-ardi rajulun, there isn't a person on the surface of this earth who is more dear to me than Umar radiallahu anhu. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu saying about Umar radiallahu anhu that he is the most dearest person to me in this entire world. And then Aisha radiallahu anha, she says that Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu then left. Later he comes back to my house, he returns, and he says, "Oh my daughter, كيف حلفت أي بنية?" Oh my daughter, what did I just say? What was my oath about previously, what I said? And then Aisha radiallahu anha, فقلت له, Aisha radiallahu anha says, I said to him that, this is what you said, that you love Umar radiallahu anhu the most. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu then retracted his words and he said, no, just take that away. What I meant is, أعز علي. He is not the most beloved, but he is the most closest to me. وَالْوَلَدُ الْوَطْ. Children are always the most closest to the person. So Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he right away realized that the children are always the most beloved. So what I said about Umar radiallahu anhu, yes, that is okay. He is the most closest to me. But the dearest in my heart are my children. The scholars mention different points in this hadith, and one is that Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and Umar radiallahu anhu's attachment with each other. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu is known to be a sahabi who was extremely soft. He was always forgiving, he was always soft-toned, he would never yell or scream, always forgiving. On the opposite, Umar radiallahu anhu, he was known to be harsh. He was always, yelling. If he sees someone doing wrong, he will right away yell at him and stop him from doing that wrong. So Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was always calm. He was always soft. And Umar radiallahu anhu, on the other hand, he was extremely, harsh. And there's so many incidents about Umar radiallahu anhu, how even the other Sahaba used to run away from him, and they used to be scared of Umar radiallahu anhu. So we learn that Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and Umar radiallahu anhu, they have different personalities, but they're so close to each other. They're the best friends of each other. And we also learn one more thing here, and that is that ignoring the personalities and looking at how much connection that person has with the deen. Making that person your best friend, making that person your close one who is closer to the deen, not looking at how harsh that person is, what kind of personality he has. Don't look at those things when it comes to making someone your close friend. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how he chose Abu Bakr and Umar radiallahu anhuma, the softest one and the harshest one, to be his closest companions. So, we can learn different things, and one of the things that we can learn the lesson here is that don't look at people's personalities and judge them accordingly. Look at how close they are to the deen, how close they are to Allah, and how close they are to Prophet ﷺ, how closely they're following the sunnahs, and that should be our criteria in making someone our friend and someone that we should put close to us. One more thing that scholars mention here in this hadith, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu's incident, and that is some scholars say the reason why Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu returned back and he came to Aisha radiallahu anha and asked that, can you repeat what I just said earlier? The reason why he asked was because it's possible that when Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said that I love Umar radiallahu anhu the most, it's possible Aisha radiallahu anha, being the daughter, felt sad that I'm the daughter and he doesn't love me as much as he loves another person. So Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu came and took care of the feeling of Aisha radiallahu anha, his daughter, that yes, Umar radiallahu anhu is closest, but my children, you as my child, is still more beloved, more closest to me in my heart. So taking care of the feelings of our children, another thing that we learn. Not only that we have to be a good parent and teach them good things, but also making sure that we don't hurt their feelings. Sometimes we tell them something to do, but yes, it's good for them to do it. That's what we're telling them to do it. But also make sure that they don't feel any hard feelings with the parent. Take care of their feelings and make sure that they don't have any hard feelings against the parents. So this is another important thing that we learn here. Children's feelings. Though they're our children, they're minor, they won't say anything, or they can't say anything half the time. But still, looking after their feelings and making sure that they don't have any hatred against the parents. And then, related to this chapter, the next chapter Imam Bukhari rahimahullah is bringing, حَمْلُ الصَّبِيِّ عَلَى الْعَاتِقِ, carrying the children on your shoulders. Again, these are chapters regarding etiquettes with our children, how close a person should be with his children, and how he should deal with his children. So this one is carrying the child on your shoulders. Again, a sign of love. When a child comes and he runs towards the father or the mother, don't just ignore him. Actually pick him up and put him on your shoulder. Show him love. حَمْلُ الصَّبِيِّ عَلَى الْعَاتِقِ, carrying the child on the shoulders. Of course, this is for smaller children. Can't do that to older ones. Hadith here, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Bara radiallahu anhu mentions, رَأَيْتُ النَّبِيَّ صلى الله عليه وسلم وَالْحَسَنُ عَلَى عَاتِقِهِ. Bara radiallahu anhu says that I saw Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam carrying Hasan radiallahu anhu, his grandson, on his shoulders. وَهُوَ يَقُولُ اللَّهُمَّ إِنِّي أُحِبُّهُ فَأَحِبَّهُ. And then Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, while carrying him on the shoulder, he said, Ya Allah, I love him. Inni uhibbuhu, I love him. Ya Allah, you love him too. Amazingly, Prophet ﷺ is teaching us another etiquette of dealing with the children, that show them love. Show them that you care about them. Play with them. Laugh with them. Do what they're doing. And don't think that, okay, they're a child, they don't care. We have to do other things that are more important. No, this is also important. Not just teaching them the adab and making them a good Muslim. With that, having fun with them, playing with them, and showing them this love. This is one hadith here, narrated by Bara radiallahu anhu. And there's another hadith narrated in other books of ahadith, very similar. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu mentions that hadith, and he says that once Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he came home, before entering his home, as we know, Fatima radiallahu anha's house was next to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's house, next to Aisha radiallahu anha's house. Anyone that have been to Medina and Masjid al-Nabawi, where Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's grave is, that is where his house was. That is where the house of Aisha radiallahu anha was. Next to it was the house of Fatima radiallahu anha, towards the back part of the green walls. So when Prophet ﷺ was once coming home, before entering his home, he called and he said, "Where is the small child?" Referring to Hassan radiallahu anhu. He says, "Where is the child?" So before entering his home, he wanted to see his grandson. And then Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu mentions that Hassan radiallahu anhu came out running from the house. When he heard Prophet ﷺ's voice, he came out running, and Prophet ﷺ ran towards him too. And Prophet ﷺ then carried him on his shoulder, and he made dua, "Ya Allah, I love Hassan. Ya Allah, you love him too, and love everyone that loves Hassan too." A third part in the dua. "Ya Allah, I love him. So Ya Allah, you love him too, and love anyone that loves him." Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu then says at the end of the hadith that I started loving Hassan radiallahu anhu so that Allah can love me. I started loving Hassan radiallahu anhu so Allah can love me. So this is not just for the Sahaba, this is even for us. When we love Hassan radiallahu anhu, we get the love of Allah. We get the dua of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that Ya Allah, love that person who loves Hassan radiallahu anhu. And then the next chapter, Imam Bukhari rahimahullah is bringing, again relating to the children. Babun. Okay, I think I skipped one hadith. There's a hadith that I skipped in the middle. This is عن ابن أبي النعم رحمه الله قال كنت شاهدا ابن عمر رضي الله عنه إذ سأله رجل عن دم البعوضة فقال ممن أنت فقال من أهل العراق. So Ibn Abi Nu'am rahimahullah, a tabi'i, he says that I was once present with Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu, when a person came to him and asked him regarding a mas'ala, a ruling about the blood of a mosquito. I was with Abdullah bin Umar. A person came to Abdullah bin Umar and asked him a ruling regarding the blood of a mosquito. What was the exact ruling that he was asking about? It could be different things. For example, the person probably had mosquito blood on his clothes. He's probably asking if he can pray with those clothes. It could be anything. So he asked something about the blood of the mosquito. So before Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu would answer him, and this was a normal thing that before you actually answer someone, and this is what we learn when we are taught the Mufti course, that before you give an answer and you give a fatwa, understand the situation of the questioner. Why is he asking? Where is he from? What is his background? So you can give him the answer accordingly that suits his situation. So Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu asked this questioner, ممن أنت? Where are you from? فقال من أهل العراق. So he said, I am from the people of Iraq. I live in Iraq. And let's look at the background now. Iraq was a place where Hussein radiallahu anhu was murdered. He became shaheed in Iraq, in a place called Karbala. And this incident that's taking place here, the person asking Abdullah bin Umar, this incident is happening right after Hussein radiallahu anhu's shahada. So now this person is coming from Iraq to Medina and asking Abdullah bin Umar about a ruling regarding the blood of a mosquito. So Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu, when he finds out that this questioner came from Iraq, he says, "Unzuru ila hada yas'aluni an damil ba'uda." Everyone, look at this man. Look at this person. He's asking me about the blood of a mosquito. وَقَدْ قَتَلُوا إِبْنَ النَّبِيِّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ, whereas they have killed the son of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They have shed his blood, and he cares about the blood of a mosquito now. So he's already done so much bloodshedding. The people of Iraq have done so much bloodshedding. They killed the son. He's calling him Hussein radiallahu anhu was the grandson, but he's calling him the son. قَدْ قَتَلُوا إِبْنَ النَّبِيِّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم, that they have killed Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's son, meaning his grandson Hussein radiallahu anhu, and now he wants to know about the blood of a mosquito. سَمِعْتُ النَّبِيَّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم. Look at the next part. Abdullah bin Umar does not even answer him. He's so angry with this person that you didn't even care. You guys didn't even care about Prophet ﷺ's grandson's blood, and you want to care about a mosquito's blood? He did not answer him, and he said, "Huma rayhanatayya." That سمعت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول هما ريحانتي من الدنيا. I have heard Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say that they too, both of them, Hassan and Hussein radiallahu anhuma, they both are my flowers in this dunya. They are my rayhana. They are my flowers of this dunya. What does this mean? It could be multiple meanings. The scholars mention different meanings. One of them is that flower is something that is a person enjoys having with. He gives him comfort. A garden, a person goes in, there's flowers. A person has comfort looking at the flowers, smelling the flowers. So these two are a source of comfort to me. This is one meaning. Second could be, the scholars mention that it could be literal too. That these were Prophet ﷺ's flowers that he used to actually smell and put his nose on these children, on Hassan and Hussein radiallahu anhu. Some ahadith mention that when Prophet ﷺ used to go to Ibrahim radiallahu anhu, his son, when he used to visit his son Ibrahim radiallahu anhu, he would actually smell and put his nose on his body. So this is a sign of love, that you even put your nose and you play with the child by putting your face on the child and putting your nose on the child. So these are my flowers that I put my nose on them. So these are very dear. These two were very dear to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Huma rayhanatayya. Both of them are my flowers in this dunya. And hadith ends. Abdullah bin Umar does not answer that person's question. He's angry with them that you don't care about the blood of Prophet ﷺ's grandson and you want to care about the blood of a mosquito. No need for your answer. Then he did not answer, and they left. Next hadith here. It's a little lengthy, but inshallah we'll try to do it quickly. عبد الرحمن بن جبير بن نفير عن أبيه قال: جلسنا إلى المقداد بن الأسود رضي الله عنه يوما، فمر به رجل فقال: طوبى لهاتين العينين اللتين رأتا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Jubair bin Nufayr radiallahu anhu, he says that we were sitting, Abdul Rahman bin Jubair bin Nufayr. So Jubair bin Nufayr's son, who was a tabi'i, he says that we were sitting with Miqdad bin al-Aswad radiallahu anhu. So a tabi'i, he is sitting in the gathering of a sahabi. And we find this very common amongst the tabi'een, that they used to sit in the gatherings of sahaba. They used to take advantage and benefit from the sahaba that were present. So he's saying that we were sitting with Miqdad bin Aswad radiallahu anhu. When a person came, and he said, the person that entered the gathering, when he saw a sahabi sitting and tabi'een sitting around, he said, طُوبَى لِهَاتَيْنِ الْعَيْنَيْنِ. Good news or blessings be to these two eyes who have seen Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he's very happy. He sees a sahabi, that this is a sahabi, and these eyes have seen Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wallahi lawadidna anna ra'ayna ma ra'ayta. Then this tabi'i, the newcomer who came to the gathering, he says, I swear by Allah, I wish I had seen what you have seen. I wish that I had seen what you have seen. I wish I had seen Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَشَهِدْنَا مَا شَهِدْتَ. And I wish that I had witnessed whatever you have witnessed. That's all he says. So he's showing his love for the Sahabi. He's showing that you're very lucky, to the Sahabi, that you're very lucky. You have seen someone that I wish I had seen. You were there at a place where I wish I was there. So right now, he's actually praising the Sahabi. He's happy by looking at the Sahabi. But what happened? فَاسْتُغْضِبَ. The Sahabi, Miqdad radiallahu anhu, he gets upset. فَجَعَلْتُ أَعْجَبُ. The narrator of the hadith, Jubair bin Nufair, he says that I was very amazed that why is this Miqdad radiallahu anhu Sahabi getting upset? This person, he did not say anything wrong. مَا قَالَ إِلَّا خَيْرًا. He did not say anything except for something good. He praised the Sahabi. So why is Miqdad radiallahu anhu getting upset? He says, I was just amazed and I was just puzzled. ثُمَّ أَقْبَلَ عَلَيْهِ. Then Miqdad radiallahu anhu turned towards that person and he said, مَا يَحْمِلُ الرَّجُلُ عَلَى أَن يَتَمَنَّى مُحْضَرًا غَيَّبَهُ اللَّهُ عَنْهُ لَا يَدْرِي لَوْ شَهِدَهُ كَيْفَ يَكُونُ فِيهِ. What makes a person wish? He's telling that person, what makes you wish? What makes a person wish to be at a place that Allah did not allow him to be? Why are you wishing to be at a time, at a place where Allah did not want you to be at that place? You wish that you were a Sahabi? No, sometimes this feeling comes to us that I wish I was at the time of Prophet ﷺ, or I wish I was at the time of Tabi'een. So why are you wishing to be at a time when Allah kept you away from that time? Then he says, لا يدري لو شهده كيف يكون فيه. He does not even know that if he was to be present at that time, what would he be doing in that situation? Would he be able to be steadfast on his deen? Would he be as a Muslim? He would not be a Muslim. He does not know what situation he would be in. So don't wish for something or to be at a time and a place that Allah did not keep you in that time and place. And then he explains further. He says, وَاللَّهِ لَقَدْ حَضَرَ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ صَلَى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم أَقْوَامٌ كَبَّهُمُ اللَّهُ عَلَى مَنَاخِرِهِمْ فِي جَهَنَّمْ. That I swear by Allah, there were certain people around Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Though they were around Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, they saw him, they were with him, but Allah still put them into Jahannam. They did not accept Islam. So just being at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, it's not necessary that you would even be a Muslim. Right now, you are at the time of Tabi'een, you are a Muslim. It's possible that at that time, you would not be a Muslim if you were alive. So Allah chose this time for you, this is better for you. It's possible that because there were so many people at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that though they were around him, Allah put them into the Jahannam. لَمْ يُجِيبُوهُ وَلَمْ يُصَدِّقُوهُ. Those who did not answer Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and those who did not believe in him. The kuffar. أَوَلَا تَحْمَدُونَ اللَّهَ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ إِذَا أَخْرَجَكُمْ لَا تَعْرِفُونَ إِلَّا رَبَّكُمْ. Don't you just not thank Allah that He brought you to this dunya, brought you alive in a state that you only recognized Allah, you only knew, meaning that you were born Muslims. From birth, from the time you came to this dunya, you always knew Allah. You were born Muslims. You know, a lot of times this is a situation that we find amongst the people, that it's hard to convert a person to Islam. It's when we are born as Muslims, we don't realize that what we could have went through if we were not Muslims, and we would have to be coming into Islam. That's a difficult path, and that is something that's many people are deprived of. So us being born in a Muslim family, born as Muslims, this is a favor from Allah. So this Sahabi is telling this Tabi'i that you are born Muslim, thank Allah for this. Rather than worrying about that, oh, I wish I was a Sahabi. And because Sahaba, it was difficult for them. There were so many people at that time that could not turn into a Muslim. They were not able to convert to Islam because of the difficulties that they had to face through at that time, the battles and the relatives and different obstacles they had. They were not able to convert into Islam. So there was obstacles for the Sahaba, but for you, there is no obstacles. So thank Allah that He brought you to this world and you came to this world with recognizing Allah. لا تعرفون إلا ربكم فتصدقون بما جاء به نبيكم صلى الله عليه وسلم, and you are believing in whatever Prophet ﷺ brought to you. وقد كفيتم البلاء بغيركم, and all of the difficulties were removed and given to others. Sahabas went through a lot of difficulties, a lot of pain because of them being Muslims. So Allah protected you and gave those difficulties to others. So thank Allah for all of these. والله لقد بعث النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم على أشد حال بعث عليها نبي قط. That I swear by Allah, Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم was sent to this world at a time that was the most difficult time for any prophet. What does this mean? في فترة وجاهلية. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم was sent at a time of fatra. Fatra means that a time when there is a huge gap in between two prophets. Previous prophets, they were coming one after another. So when another next prophet comes, it was not a new thing for that prophet. He was conveying the message that was just recently conveyed to them. But when Prophet ﷺ came, he came after a long period of time, and there was a big gap in between the two prophets. So whatever message he was conveying, it was totally brand new for these people. So it was very difficult to convey this message. People were not accepting because they had totally forgotten this message. So Prophet ﷺ was sent at a time of fatra, meaning a huge gap of two prophets. وجاهلية, and a time of ignorance. ما يرون أن دينا أفضل من عبادة الأوثان. At a time when people believed that worshipping the idols is the best deen. Worshipping of the idols is the best deen for them. This is the situation that Prophet ﷺ was sent to. Now convincing them that no, worshipping the idols is not the best deen was a very difficult task. فجاء بفرقان فرق به بين الحق والباطل. Prophet ﷺ came with a furqan, with something that distinguishes between the truth and the falsehood. وفرق به بين الوالد وولد. And this furqan, this distinguishing of haqq and batil, is also something that distinguishes between or separates a father with his son too. So the Sahabi, Miqdad radiallahu anhu, he's mentioning the difficulties the Sahaba went through. One of the difficulties that they went through was, the Sahabas went through was, they had to be separated as a father from their sons, sons from their fathers, husband from their wives. And they had to be separated because one is Muslim, the other is not. They would have to leave that person. And we know there's so many incidents where in the battle, their son is confronting his father as an enemy. Father is confronting his son. Uncles, nephews, brothers, sisters, they are enemies of each other. So Prophet ﷺ, when he came, and at the time of Sahaba, these difficulties were there. So فرق به بين الوالد وولدي. When Prophet ﷺ came, it differentiated or it separated the father from their children. حتى إن كان الرجل لا يرى والده أو ولده أو أخاه كافرا وقد فتح الله قفل قلبه لإيمان ويعلم أنه إن هلك دخل النار فلا تقر عينه. Another difficulty Sahabas had to face was that sometimes a person would see his father, or he would see his children, or he would see his brother as a kafir, and Allah has opened his heart for iman. So this person himself is a Muslim. His father is not a Muslim. His children are not Muslim. His brothers are not Muslim. What happens now? وَيَعْلَمُ أَنَّهُ إِنْ هَلَكَ دَخَلَ النَّارِ. And this person, as a mu'min, as a believer, he knows that my father, because he's not a Muslim, he's going to hellfire. My brother is going to Jahannam. My children are going to hellfire. This would take the comfort of this dunya away from that person. فَلَا تَقَرُّ عَيْنُ. He would never have peace of mind. وَهُوَ يَعْلَمُ أَنَّ حَبِيبَهُ فِي النَّارِ. When he knows that his beloved one will be in hellfire. وَأَنَّهَا لِلَّتِي قَالَ اللَّهُ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. And it's regarding this situation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this ayah, وَالَّذِينَ يَقُولُونَ رَبَّنَا هَبْ لَنَا مِنْ أَزْوَاجِنَا وَذُرِّيَّاتِنَا قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ. Those who make this dua, O our Rabb, grant us peace of mind from our wives and from our children. You know, amazingly, sometimes when we read this dua and we understand this dua, we think that this dua means that, Ya Allah, when we go to our homes, Ya Allah, give us peace of mind from our wives and from our children. have a comfortable family, a peaceful family. This is what we intend when we make this dua. But this Sahabi is saying that we used to make this dua. Why? So that our non-Muslim family, they turn into Islam. Ya Allah, give us peace of mind from them that they become Muslim and they enter Jannah. This is the peace of mind Sahabas were looking for from this verse. So anyways, this hadith, or the gist of this hadith, Imam Bukhari rahimahullah, the purpose of he mentioning this hadith here is that the children are a source of peace of mind for the parents. And these are different hadith Imam Bukhari rahimahullah has brought, etiquettes regarding the children. So the children have to be given love, not just always, beat them and yell at them and tell them what to do. Play with them, show them love, smile with them, and different etiquettes that we learn from here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to understand these ahadith and follow all of these. Wa akhiru da'wana, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.